This is a diagram from Mike Rother's Improvement Kata Handbook, which is free online on his website, and it will be for sale when he finishes and publishes it in the fall. And they talk about phases. What they found works with deploying the improvement kata first. That is, you learn how to improve, then you learn how to coach somebody so they improve. And there's structured routines for improvement, structured routines for coaching. In phase one, the outside experts scope out the place to call that grasp the situation. In phase two, there's an advanced group that's trained. The advanced group is the first group and should include at least the senior person responsible for a major operation, like the chief operating officer or a plant manager, and also include some of the people you're training as staff specialists to become coaches, and also include people in the areas where you're focusing on, like the supervisor and the manager. And at the senior level, there's a team that's learning by doing. They're actually doing the improvement kata, and they're going to become like the steering committee, the executive steering committee, and for the whole deployment over time. They even have standards, like that advanced team of steering executives should personally be learners and achieve 3 target conditions through PDCA and go through at least 25 cycles of PDCA on real processes. So they have enough level of understanding so that they can make decisions about deployment. And then you're picking slices of the organization to train deeply, and the speed of that is just determined by the advanced group that's meeting every other week. And they're asking in those meetings, what's happening in the floor? Let's go to the floor and see. Maybe we'll do some coaching cycles. Where are we? What's our direction? What's a good next step? So they're following the improvement process, the improvement kata, to make decisions about how to deploy the deep learning itself. They're deploying the learning process, not deploying the tools. And they're deciding it's time to pick another department. These managers are the ones who should be the next learners. We can now do 3 departments. We've started in 1 department. Those are all decisions that are made not in advance with a roadmap, but dynamically as you deploy lean, as you see what's happening. So it's constant PDCA of the deployment process. If you have a good advanced group, then they'll make good decisions. And if they make bad decisions, they'll find out pretty quickly because they're paying attention to the process, and they have a process that they can check. And they know what the standard is. They know if they're meeting the standard or not. The 3-phase deployment approach, therefore, starts with scouts who study the subject. They form an advanced group. The advanced group meets. They develop the initial plan for how they're going to get trained. The advanced group practices the improvement kata with an external coach there. So that requires senior level people who go back to school, and they're in the process on the floor with the workers, and they may have stopwatches, and they're making graphs and charts, and they're coming up with ideas, and they're deploying the ideas, and they're doing what, say, a black belt in training would do. And then at some point, the advanced group has enough understanding that they can now look ahead and develop a 6 to 12 month skill development target condition. What do we want to look like in 6 to 12 months? How many people should be trained? At what level? How many areas should be worked on? How many challenges can we meet? And then in phase 3, they will expand into normal business processes, slice by slice, deciding as a team, based on all the knowledge they've gained in the year, what is a slice? How big is it? How much capability do we have? The important thing is you don't want to go faster and outpace your capability to coach.